It's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and I wanted to talk about being an airway dentist, in air quotes, airway dentist or an airway practice. I had a doctor come to me and say, I want to be an airway practice. How do I do that? And yeah, I can help you launch airway focused orthodontics within an airway practice, but can I help you launch an airway practice? No, I don't even know what that means. So to me, airway focused orthodontics is a subcomponent of an airway practice. Can I help you with the rest of the airway practice? No, I don't know what that means. So, and yeah, there's all these courses out there saying they can do it. Are they any good? I don't know. I haven't taken them. I would have no reason to take them because they're not just focused towards orthodontics, it's towards everything. And also, none of them have offered for me to take them for free. Am I going to drop $5,000 to $8,000 to $50,000 on taking a course I don't need? No. Just to test it out for you guys? No. But I'm always open for beta testing courses if I don't have to pay. So if y'all have one of these airway courses and you want me to come audit it, even better if I can get CE. Knowing that I'm not going to use components of it, I'm just there to learn and tell other people if it's good or not. I'm glad to come. I'm down to come. Even better if you pay for travel. But yeah, sorry. I don't have that answer. I don't know which ones are good. I mean, I don't, it's, it's a little bit of a marketing term would be my answer. So I can only speak to the orthodontics portion. So let's talk about that. So orthodontics portion means that the movements are going to be making airways bigger, not airways smaller. We're not going to be using high pull headgear. We're not going to be using cervical pull headgear. Why? Because that's pushing things back. We're not going to be using distal jumpers and distal jets and anything that can affect or make a thing, not retractive mechanics, protractive mechanics. So, and for the most part, we want to be healthy. We want to be using more removables than fixed. We're going to be integrating OMT into an orthodontic airway practice. That's a big part. If you want to have an orthodontic airway practice, well, you need to have an OMT on your team, or you need to be frequently working with an OMT. It's a lot easier to have one on your team because if you outsource with an OMT, it's going to be a lot more expensive. If you have one in your practice, you can lower those prices or bundle them with the orthodontic treatment so it actually gets done, because most of the time when you tell patients they need an OMT and it's an additional cost, they don't want to do it. What else? You may have to partner with cervical chiropractic office near you. It's a part. You may have to partner with all kinds of other, definitely ENT. You need to find the ENTs in your community who are, amenable to working with you and they understand the correlation between dentistry, orthodontics, and what they do. There's tonsils, there's adenoids. We need good nasal breathing in order to have good facial growth, in order to have straight teeth, to have good bites. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do we do the surgery first? Do we do the expansion first? Do we do the OMT therapy first? Do we do the cervical chirotherapy first? Which one comes first? So unless you have someone you can work with and bounce patients off of, well, you're not going to be able to have an airway practice. So those are the components for me. Obviously, probably having a CBCT is going to be part of an airway practice. Being able to take scans of airways and figuring out the volumes is helpful. I think there are companies like Beam Breeders, and I've got some content on that if you want to look within my channel. All these things I'm talking about, OMT, cervical chiro, there is already content in my channel. Just go to Straightsmile Solutions, search by keyword, and you can look up all the content I have. CBCT, figuring out the volume. Beam Readers can do that for a fee. It's going to cost money. I don't think that's going to be something you could standard do on every patient. I'm doing a little more research because I feel like the part I'm missing on the airway practice is, I've got some paperworks that are subjective that the patients can take home. And then there's more objective paperwork that can be done, like with the Ferris form, which is before you send to the OMT. But I feel like one of the biggest things that I'm missing is the mouth breathing thing, because the patient's in the chair. If they're daytime doing it, I might catch it, but I might not. And very rarely do they say on the paper that they do it, because if they're doing it at night, they probably don't know that they do it. So I'm trying to figure out if there's ways that we can diagnose that easier without having to do a home sleep test or anything like that. But that might be part of your airway practice as well, sleep. So I just want to clarify, I can't help you launch an airway practice. I can help you launch the orthodontic component of an airway practice. And no, I don't know which course is best at this point. As some doctors I know start taking courses, I will let you know. Although the one that I looked at, we bounced a few courses off each other, and I've heard some negative news on some of them. The one that looks the best to me, just on paper or on the website, would be the Zoggy course, and I might be spelling it wrong, but it's in LA. It might be Zaghi or something like that. It looks pretty good. There's a lot of MDs lecturing. It's about $5,000 to $8,000, so I'm certainly not going to take it unless they offer for me to come audit it. But it looks interesting. So, all right, thanks so much.